All right, people, what I'm doing right now is I am starting the live stream early, um, and I'm going to wait for people to come in. But in the meantime, for people who miss the live stream, there's a lot of people, they miss the live streams um, due to not maybe understanding the time. But basically, what this says over here on the banner, it shows you, it says live stream on Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Canada, right? So those are the times I usually do the live streams. And again, this is PowerTarget Trades. Now, that being said, you won't be able to see me because I block a bit, but I have videos. I have what's called a created playlist. So you should check out the created playlist. You'll see various videos. And they show you the plans. I usually move them, like right now you're going to see there's some plans right now like on the uploads. And if you hit the video button, can't see the video button, but you'll see a video button. That shows you all the videos. You can scroll through things. But there's a lot of great information on my YouTube channel because what I do is I film the whole process from start to end of a winning plan. Like we have so many winning plans in Apple from start to end since the below 200 Tesla from the breakout on earnings when it broke out over 300. We got into that. I have a video on that. um, you know, multiple Tesla plans, multiple Google plans, and Apple, whole bunch, right? And so, hello everybody. And so the list goes on and on. As officially, people, the live stream hasn't started yet. So I'm just telling people about when the live stream does start, which is 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Canada. So we're gonna wait for people to come in. Anybody new, you have to be patient before I start because officially the live stream hasn't started. Hello, Nico. You're new. Where are you from, Nico? Lai, while we wait, I can't pronounce your name. Well, well, Nico. Well, I'm gonna go Nico. I'm pretty sure you'll you know what I mean. What's your Where are you from? Hi, hello, Carlos. Yeah, thank you. But where are you from, Nico? Where did you see me? New York, okay. But where did you see me? From where? From which platform? Hello, Shai. So from which platform, Nico? The the person who said they're from New York. Which platform did you see me from? Twitter. Okay, Twitter. All right. All right. So just be patient here because we're waiting for people to come in. Don't forget, officially, you haven't started the live stream. I did it a little bit early just so I could explain to people that the live stream is on Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Canada. So you need to figure out your time zone to match my time zone. Listen, people, we're gonna have a great live stream. We're gonna be talking about how correct that was, the big picture of the SPY, and you can actually find out that information on my YouTube channel. We're going to be talking about the various wins in Apple, Google, Tesla, and we're going to be talking about what's different about this market breakout than what I've seen in the past. What's unique about this market? And I'm going to share a few of my ideas. Okay. Hello, Dave. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ted. So this is going to be a great live stream, people. And again, officially, it really hasn't started. Hello, Victor. Officially hasn't really started. Ash isn't, messaged me. She said she couldn't come to the live stream, but she'll be seeing the live stream after, right? But regardless, I don't know. This might be because due to holidays, it might be the last live stream we do for the year. So we got a lot to cover. And again, this is going to be educational for those that are new and those that are in the group, right? It's a win-win for everybody, the live stream. And I know I take the time to do these. You know, these other stock clowns out there, who run their mouth, don't do these things, don't explain themselves, don't have any video, nothing. They just run their mouth. But yours truly, the big picture leader, listen, I tell people, you go look at my past live streams and see where the market is, and you'll see how I'm correct the big picture time and time and time again. Stock clowns out there. All right. I love it, man. How I make those stock clowns look like fools all the time. We've achieved SPY 320 again today. And can the SPY go higher? Well, we'll find out, right? But one fact's for sure is we really achieved great levels. And really, I still see this market right now as a stock picker's market. And I'm going to explain more about that as well. It's 9:31. Let's give it a few more minutes, people, And we're going to start with the SPY. We're going to talk about the SPY. We're going to talk about the QQQQ, Apple, AMD, Tesla, um, and so on and so forth. So just give this a few minutes, people. And again, be patient here. And then I'll be also answering some serious questions, right? So I'm going to pull up the charts, and that's the SPY. I'm going to zoom out a bit. So people, I'm going to zoom out more and more and more. Give me a sec here. More. All right. So, you know, we've achieved already SPY 320. And, we achieved, I've been talking about the SPY 320 and why the market's saying that's bullish, right? So even though the market had pullbacks and stuff, I defended the market many times based on what I saw about the market. And we went into key plans like Apple. Like I get my group into the best possible plans. And one thing about the market is there hasn't been a lot of great stocks to get into. And so what I've been doing for the group is we've been actually, continuously, we would get to Apple, we get to another Apple. And usually I never really did that. Let's say in year 2018, we would go into a new plan after a new plan, and I wouldn't really do double plans. But this year, like starting from BA in the beginning, we had 5 winning plans in BA, and then we've had like 10 winning plans in Apple this year. And Roku was something we went back to back to back on as well, Roku. And we had a few ones we get in a few times. But Apple has been a huge winner for us with so many plans in that. And then Tesla has come back for us and has done very, very well. And of course, I prepared our group for Tesla, way back when Tesla wasn't in favor, right? I said, you know what? Back when it was in let's put up Tesla quickly, people. Let's put up Tesla quickly. I'm gonna get back to Tesla, but I was talking to Tesla about Tesla in these areas over here in the 253 areas, and we actually caught this breakout over here, right there. This one of our first trades was this day here. We got in this day here, as it gapped up and it pulled back. There's a video that explains this, and we caught this home. We caught most of this. We didn't catch this home move because we got all of the options. We got on options that cost I think like 200 $400 we ended up selling at $1,500 on the runners. That ended up going up to $3,000. That's how powerful the move was. Then we got into another plan. One plan didn't work out so well, and then we got into a few other plans on this run all the way up. So out of 4 plans, we had 3 strong winners out of 4 plans in this new area here in the breakout zone. And I was prepared. We actually had some wins over here too in Tesla. So that we have at least 4 good wins in Tesla this year, starting in the 244 area. Where some people would be telling people to short Tesla, like some stock clowns with no skill. I prepared my group for multiple wins in Tesla. All documented on my YouTube channel with a skill. All right then, now. Hello, Mez. Hello. I guess Dexter isn't here yet. Okay, now people. So let's go back to the SPY. So I think I did a good job about Tesla. We'll go over Tesla a little bit more. So as we can see, people, we have to see what happens with how does the market react with the Trump impeachment, but or what's going on with Trump. But what I do know is that we have a market where lately, like you take stocks like Costco or Walmart, they are in strong trends, but they haven't done anything. So a lot of people haven't been making money, even though the market's been breaking out. And that's what I saw, or what is new about the market is that the market goes up. There's many key stocks simply chopping, but they have a strong trend, and they're not ready to really go into the market with options. So this is why I got my group into multiple Tesla plans and multiple Google plans and multiple Apple plans, because they were the best stocks. And by the way, they were the best performing stocks. And again, this is a skill set that very few in the world have, to be making decisions on what's the best stocks to get in due to the market conditions, right? And that's what we've done. I mean, Tesla was breaking out today, right? And I prepared my group for that. That being said, hello, Eric. You know, I've done an amazing job. You know, this is like powerful management skills, right? I'm telling I give I kept my group in the best trades. We've made good money, and I guarantee you that a lot of people have been struggling with the market as the market's been breaking into new highs. This is new highs, 320. Again, I predicted first it was 300, then I talked about by 35 to 310, and then we talked about the 320. Now, in this point in time, does the market need to go higher? Well, it's hard to say. Does it mean it's going to go lower drastically? No, I think what's can happen is going to be a stock picker's market. And again, we're going to find out. Right now, it's all about the leader, okay? The leaders. So the stocks that I consider leaders, it's very, very prevalent, why I got my group into all the time, with to me anyways, was Apple and Tesla. So if Apple and Tesla do well, others do well as well, key ones. And Google L has been good, but not as good as the best Tesla and Apple. And I told my group that those were our weapons weeks ago. And we may be making a lot of great gains, people. A lot of great gains. I don't, you asked me, oh, someone's asked me a question. How do I don't know about institutions. I don't look at that. Yeah, what I believe is the way some stocks like Tesla's, what I believe is this, because Tesla and Apple are going up, this is definitely big money going into that. It's not baby money going into that. There's a lot more big money going into it, right? They are the best performing stocks. So if money isn't going into a lot of other stocks, like you take stocks like Costco, this is a good question here. So if we take a look at stocks like Costco, right? The stock is a good stock, okay? But she hasn't done anything. She's been chopping lower, right? Slowly chopping lower, but not going lower. And if we zoom out here, let me zoom out. Give me a second here. Let me zoom out here, people. If you zoom out, you'll see that the trend of Costco is very good, and it actually broke out of a huge channel from 2018. Like back in 2018, Costco was like 198. So the stock is still significantly higher. And the highs of the year for Costco is 307. Now, what I'm saying is it could be that Costco might start to become a better company or a better stock idea later on in January, um, as long as I believe that Apple continues to go higher. I know Apple has potential to go to 300 and higher. And as long as our leader goes higher and shows that it wants to go higher and follows my rules, I know what to look for, then other stocks could start to set up. But right now, what I've seen, people, what I've seen in this market is that a lot of stocks were like I didn't go like gaga. I didn't go, oh, I want to get into that. I want to get into that. I didn't want to get into a lot of things. The only things that I really liked was, which I've never seen before, when a market keeps going higher. Like usually when a market's going higher, I have, which is not a bad thing. I mean, we're in enough plays and everything, but usually when the SPY, I'm gonna put the SPY back. Usually when the SPY goes higher, there's a lot of other stocks. The other one that was pretty good too. Let me see what Goldman Sachs did. The bank stocks are really strong, which I guess is really good for the market. I didn't want to go into Goldman Sachs because its performance has been lackluster. I liked it, but I didn't like it enough. So, but I'm saying I think it was a good stock. That's my point. That Goldman Sachs was a good stock. And so what I did is I kept my group in the key stocks, Tesla, Apple, and Google out, right? And again, on my YouTube channel, you will be able to see the documented videos that I do, the plans that I do post in my side of my group, Power Group Trades. Now listen, Power Group Trades is a free group. However, it's based on a different fact. It means I know that someone comes in, I go, you don't pay anything to come in to start with the group, but there's a rule set to follow. However, what I'm doing, the value of it would simply cost too much money. So what I've done instead is I said, listen, what I'm doing is on another level, okay? And so what I do is I manage. And so what people do is that they see value, and they tell me what they want to become. They see value. What they do is they make money, and then they have the options to send me gifts because they see value. Now, if they don't see value, well, that's another thing. Then why be in my group, right? Well, many people do see value. The ones that are serious do see value. Do well, and they send gifts, right? And because the people who do well send good gifts, it helps me help other people get into the group, right? Like the value I'm providing, the kind of plans and how many, it's very tight. It's very easy to get into my plans. But if a person isn't serious, doesn't really do well in my group, they have no chance to do well outside my group. And I know this a statistical measurement fact. I mean, most people are losing in the markets. They're not making money, or they're making money and losing their money. They don't really have any real skill set to make money. And that is the problem, people, in the markets. I'm going to put up the SPY. Now, some people are coming into the live stream and you've been late. We have talked about Tesla and stuff like that. You might have to ask me questions or look at the beginning of the live stream. How do you know when it's okay? I talked about that already. Yeah. So my plans are, it's really a rule set that I've come up with, and it's through scans, and I have a lot of experience. Like I've been in the markets in over 28 years. Okay, not that all the 28 years were like wow. No, no. I went through a lot of. But what I do know now is when I've been on social media, we'll say that I really started posting a lot of my stuff on 2016. And I've been massively correct in the big picture of where people were calling, like, for the market to crash in 2016, 2017, 2000. And I've been always saying, no, the market's going higher, making plans and defending the markets. And I've been massively right in the big picture beyond anyone else out there. And we're talking about whether it's billionaires or it doesn't matter who it is. They don't compare, they don't come close. And I have it documented on my channel, right? So, I mean, that's why I tell people to study. So anybody lucky enough or intelligent enough to get inside my group and then actually stay in the group will see the power. It's a lot of people. Listen, I'll be honest. A lot of people just don't have what it takes to succeed, right? They don't do the studying, and so they will be kicked out of my group, and then they won't do anything anyways. It's just a fact. I mean, you take a guy named Alex B. That was in my account. I mean, he didn't have patience, and I said, listen, the markets when the market, listen, the market has been difficult 2019, right? But we got to take what the market gives, right? But what I couldn't stay on, my stance was all along in 2019 this market was going higher. And now many people thought, no, the market's going to crash. And I stayed with my stance. I've been massively right, and it's all documented. And that's why I consider myself the big picture leader. And there is no one out there, and I mean no one that has been as consistent. I don't care who it is, what service out there, they're not consistent. They're throwing off 30 plans. They're not doing it how I'm doing it. I know. I mop the floor at anybody out there. They wouldn't challenge what I'm doing. I know this is a fact. Hello, F. Brown. Hello, Luke. Yeah, the live is now. You've come late, Luke. Right now it's 9:44. And I've said a lot about Tesla. We've gone over. I've talked about the different dynamics in the market. How I know, yeah. So, anyways, is there any questions that does anybody want me to review something? We're gonna do a question thing because I think I'm gonna do that. Is there somebody who wants me to talk about Apple? Hello, Sandro. Yeah, Ash is not here today, Dexter. She couldn't come. She messaged me. She couldn't come. You see anything special about the spy, Dexter? So meanwhile, well, Dexter, the spy, the Apple and Tesla right now are the best are they're really the best stocks out there, and that's what I kept my group in with multiple plans back to back to back. The reason why I've done that was I found that no stock was other stocks were really meeting my criteria. People might say, "What about Shop or this and that?" And I go, Google out or Tesla or Apple outperform Shop in terms of a percentage wise. Oh, AMD was cash. I have okay. AMD was more of a long term, and I gave a long term play, and it did okay. But the key winners for us have been people: Apple, Tesla, and Google out. Well, Shop was okay, but Apple and Tesla was better than Shop percentage wise, Danny Chow. So if you go look at our what I've done, I didn't. I know about Shop. I didn't want to get us in the Shop. I kept my group very tight. You know, we were only in three stocks for the past month. We were either within Google Al, Tesla, or Apple. That was it. I didn't want to move us into nothing else. And we've done really well with that. When I do see something else better, obviously, if there's something else to add into it, I would, but I haven't for the past for the beginning of December. We've been winning, banging out win after win, and again, this is a skill set. Well, people are afraid it's too high, Apple. It's too high. To me, I looked at what my system is telling me. It says buy Apple, don't stay in Apple, and Apple's been paying us. Just cashed out 50. Listen, our 262 and a half calls, they went up tons. We're not in those, but we've been in multiple other plans. We're in actually three other options, and they're all paid us, except for the new one we got into. So any questions, people, about, you come to the live stream to, yeah, 262 and a half, yeah, those are monstrous gains. Anyone out there that has come late that wants to ask me a question to go over something, don't be shy. Uh, because I've been talking about Apple, Tesla, and Google L. These are all winners we've had multiple times. Again, people, on my YouTube channel, Power Target Trades, big picture of me. On my YouTube channel, you're gonna see how I've led my group. If you go back to multiple live streams, you'll hear what I'm talking about, where the SPY was gonna go, based on what I was seeing, based on my scans. And well, you see where we are today, right? So I won. In other words, I have what I believe the pivotal zone in the market to lead us decades from now. I'm thinking long term. Like, I'm going to be doing this for the next 30 years. For fun, it'll be easy and fun for me. The older power trigger trade gets, right, the wiser I get, right? I've been able to crack the code in the market and be the and do so well, where people are struggling, especially the old world thinkers. I'm the bridge between the old and new era. It's a new era, right? And there's problems to solve right now. Like, what happens if, with Trump and all these things? There's all these problems to solve, uh, because the market right now there's some question marks I have, right? But the leaders tell us that things are good. So I keep it simple. Listen, leaders don't rise if there's real problems in the market. They just don't. And I believe it could be a stock picker's market where the key stocks, in other words, what I'm going to do is going to thrive even more. Only the key stocks will do well. There's going to be a lot of stocks really go nowhere, and there's going to be the right stocks, money being pumped in companies that are going to make the dollar bills with skills. Yeah. I'll bring you coffees if you teach me. Coffees, come on. Okay. Um, so let's see here. Covered covered quite a bit of stuff here. Study Luke. That's right. Study Luke. Yeah. People, basically, listen. Um, what I do. You don't just learn in the charts. Okay, it's not simply about support and resistance. It may appear to you that way, but stocks, what they do for me, when they confirm my plans, there's a rule set that I figured out. Okay, and that's why we're able to catch real gains with skills and not be fearful traders like little baby scalpers. That's why I'm so good at what I do, because it's a powerful development that I have, right? But it's, unless you're studying what I'm looking at, right? Uh, listen, people who are in with me, and I asked them, would you really be able to do everything without my input? They say they could do well, but they would prefer my input. So, what I'm trying to say, people, is that's the beauty of the group. You come in my group and you're going to see the power, right? And you're going to be making the dollar bills. And then you're going to say, you know what, this guy's helping me. I want to send this guy gifts. Uh, And I know that if someone who is serious, that actually does listen to me, that does study, that follows my rules, right? I give the story of Ash, for example. We'll talk about Ash now. Now she came to the group in April, and she really studied my stuff. And her being a new member has sent me the most gifts percentage-wise from someone that really had no prior knowledge other than watching my videos and then just following the rules. And she's somewhere, she's in Indonesia. So what that proved to me, or what I try to prove to people, is that the lazy bums, the people who are looking for the quick buck, that don't want to learn, never make real money. So why was she being able to send me $7,000 in gifts? Simply because she takes to heart what I say in all my live streams, in my winning videos, and really trusts in what I do, in how I manage things, and just takes action. So she's able to then send me gifts. I mean, lately I just received a $700 gift, right? Um, Let me see something here. Give me a second here, people. Okay, let me bring this over here. Give me 1 second, people. I'm going to go into. You know what I want to do, people? I want to talk about this. I want to go into I want to go into the my. Give me just 1 second, people. I'm going to go into my Power Group Trades, and I'm going to go to some of the gifts. This gift wasn't shown in the video, but let's take here, for example. We got Dexter over here. I'm going to click on here, and it goes. This is December 7th. Dexter now sent me $757. And he's been a long time. He's been a member for about a year and a half. Okay, even more. And his gifts get bigger. That is the key here. The key is people to grow, and then they want to help people, and they show appreciation of what I do. He wouldn't be sending me these gifts if he wasn't making the dollar bills with skills and see the value of what I do. I mean, I have tons of story of Dexter, but if you look at the story here, people, I don't know, let me see if we can see this. Give me a second here. Yeah, we can see that. So look, even though my thing, perfect. So people, you can read the note. If you pause the live stream, you can read the note. So that's that for Dexter. Now give me a second here. I'm gonna close that here, and then we're gonna go scroll down to uh, to the gift from Ash. And so Ash here sent me $712. Now she sent me many other gifts, but this is her latest gift too. She sent me about $1,000 in one of her last biggest gifts was in September. Now again, Bayou, she's a new member. I've had members that don't follow the rules, that go in and out of my group, that don't stay consistent, and then they wonder why they don't do well. Like I said, I use Ash as a template. I say, listen, I mean, there are other people than Ash that are done contributing more. But what I use her as an example, she's new, and she has just listened and studied. I haven't had to say nothing. I haven't had to remind her to do retweets and likes. I haven't had to say nothing to her. So again, people, read what she said here. Thank you, Sandra, for Amazon wins, Tesla, Apple, Google L, big picture thinking, real direction, a winning mindset, risk management, capital management, and allocation bring great wins. From rain into the sun, with guidance from an awesome leader, God bless. Okay, so there you go. If you go into my live streams, you're going to see me talk about the sun and the rain. I tell people, you're not going to catch the sun if you're not prepared, if you don't know how to deal with the rain. Everything I said, word for word, has been bang on, powerfully correct, and true. Right? Then we have new members like Carlos here. No, here's Sam. Sam's been a member for a while. So there's different amounts due to different. David here with 200. With smaller accounts. Joe here with 227. Yeah, this was Carlos. Now Carlos has a different account. Oh yeah, no, he sent me another one. It was the first one that Carlos sent. I gotta go really back. But anyways, people, he sent me $300. But you get the picture here, people. You know, a lot of great gifts due to people are happy to send me the dollar. The ones with the skills who realize the big picture of the truth. Now, the people who are, the gamblers out there, you know how many people that said, I find out why did you win? Oh, because I was stuck in thing and I didn't have money to go in and I overtraded. They don't listen to my rules. I give people, I have all these rules to help people succeed. And then the gamblers who don't have the money, they want to put all their money in one plan. What if the plan doesn't work out 100%? You're never going to win when you trade like that. You have to trade on that. You need to be in a few plans in case one doesn't work. Even two may not work 100%. Some may be 50%, maybe a smaller winner. One may be a small loss, and then one's a gigantic winner. Now, if you miss the winner, it's suicide when you miss the winners. It's suicide because those are gains that you could use to help build yourself to be able to absorb possible losses here or there. You got to manage your money. Now, Ash follows my advice, manages her money, traded accordingly, took all the plans, not guessing and assuming and thinking they know more. When I've proven time and time again, nobody knows more. I really follow a rule set that is consistently been winning year after year after year after year. And every year has been different difficulties in the market. How did I learn the rule sets? Lots of lots of experience. Oh, it comes from a ton of experience. And again, lots of skill. You won't learn that from anyone. There's no book. You can't learn. That's just lots of work. So you don't need to learn that. What you need to learn is take it from me, the big picture leader. Study what I say. Take my words, my warnings to heart, and you will succeed. Like I said, Carlos is new. He sent me almost $500 in gifts simply following my rules. He told me his situation. He came into my group, followed my rules, made money. He said he right away he wanted to send money. Brand new. I have members that haven't that have been for. That's why I've changed it's harder to get into my group. I don't just take anybody. I told these people I won't take just anybody. Not I want somebody who knows what I'm about. That's going to follow the rules. That takes the time to listen to that video. I don't want them. I don't want them in the group. I could have 300 yo-yos in my group. They're not going to do anything. They're going to do the wrong thing. Some might do a little bit. Then they'll screw up here and there. I want people that want to succeed, that want to follow rules, that really want to grow, that really take real interest in what I want to do. Not to make a quick buck one day and then they're gone. No, I'm talking about trying to succeed long term. When you have a long term focus, it's very different. Like I don't know about you, but if you're, let's say if you're, 45 years old and you want to make money, you know, into your 80s and have a great lifestyle, making money with skill, right? Well, I'm preaching health and everything like that. It's going to be easy for me. It's going to be a joy. My skill set just improves more. You can imagine the amount. And so I think like this. I think like long-term success. And I want to win with skill, not luck, little baby scalping, not stressing myself. I want to win with a consistent method that I've proven over and over and over again over the years. And I've documented so many videos on my YouTube channel. But it's work. Nothing's for nothing, people. Everybody thinks that there's some golden magic. No, you got to work at this. You have to solve problems. Most of these traders they have no clue about what I'm talking about. They have no skill. They have no skill, these services. That's why I officially charge nothing for it. But I get a lot of rewards and a lot of respect from the right people. And that's all I care about. And 5 years from now, I could build 100 of these type of people. Because people start start finding me here little by, and I start building slowly the right people. That's my goals. I only want the best. I don't want the clowns, the lazy bums, the quicker, the people that won't be around. They won't be around. I already know this. Listen, I warn people. Listen, if you can't succeed in my group, you're gonna get killed in the market. The market's gonna swallow you up like that, man. I'm telling you. Now, I think that was a good story there. Yeah, well, good luck to that. You'll never do 10 trades and 10 doubles. When you do that, you go ahead and document it and all that, Ted. And I wish, listen to me. Here's the reality, Ted. Everybody wants to win every single trade. However, Every trade we go into, our intentions is to win based on a rule set. I have all these rules. You look at me, it's all set up. Must confirm all these things, right? But there are factors that can happen. That that market changes its mind on something, even though it doesn't follow the rules. Well, we're not gonna. What the difference between why we win is we sweep that under. Like for example, Disney wasn't working out, so we took a break even in it. We left Disney, and it hasn't done anything. I'll give you an example. So let me give you an example. I'm going to put up Disney here, okay? This is a good lesson here. Now, instead of focusing on Disney, I just decided to focus on more Apple and other things. We had some stocks that didn't, like before December, that like Caterpillar and UPS that didn't work out. And I started realizing, you know what? There's something wrong. Like those stocks have given us so much wrong signals. Yet our Apple and our key stocks keep, we got to continuously stay with that. So what I did is I got my group into more Apple, into more Google, into more Tesla, and that's why we've done so well. Now other people might be sitting crying, let's buy the dip, Disney. No, I will revisit Disney when Disney looks good again, but Disney, it started not following my rules, so we and then we go into something else. And a lot of people, they don't do that. They dwell on something. They dwell on a losing position or on a position. They say they got to win. No, we don't do that. When something stops following my rules, we get out and we move on. And that in itself is another skill that a lot of people lack, that I help people and I teach people about. Then what I do is I fix the problem with something better. We get into something better like we did with Apple and we did with Google and we did with Tesla, and we kill it with gains instead of focusing on deadbeat stocks like Disney that are deadbeat right now, Disney and Caterpillar and UPS, because they're not in favor for some reason, right? The market, I thought I thought that they would be in favor, but they didn't start working out. I didn't focus on them. We moved, and I focused on Tesla, Google, Apple. And since then, we've been winning plan after winning plan after winning plan. While people are struggling, not making anything. Think about that, people. Again, the most people started coming in the live stream. Do you understand? Do you short Apple? No. Why would I short Apple? No, I wouldn't short Apple, Carlos, because if you look at the trend, I would short Apple. To answer your question, I would short Apple if there's a reason to short Apple. But I would not short Apple unless there's a reason. Because I'm not trying to catch every single movement. What I'm doing is I'm looking for what's in favor for us, Carlos. See, one thing, it's a good question you asked me. Why would I want to short a market that's going higher? People would want to short the market when it goes down a bit. I go, no. As it goes down, that's an opportunity to go long the right stocks when it wants to go up. And that's why we succeeded. I was right the big picture. If you were shorting this market, you're totally wrong. You can make money to the downside, but you're not making money. You're making money counter trend trading. That's not skill. The skill is going long the right stocks. That's where the skill is. All right then. Stock rumors. Hello, hello. Where did you find me, a stock rumor? Why is it more people come at 10:04? But that's okay. Any people new have a question for the big picture leader. Now, if you missed, I've said a lot of great things so far, people. So always go back to the beginning of the live stream and really, honestly, listen to what I'm saying. This live stream's really good. I definitely got to make a live stream hit list for people to watch. Listen, people. I'm really here to seriously help those series for success. I really care for my group to do well. It's all performance based. I know that if we're not making money, people aren't going to be able to send me gifts. How can you send me money? How? Right? That's why it's free. And then you make money, and then you want to send, and then it's up to you because I can't ask you for money. You're going to have to want to send me the money. You see, people, I have no power to take money from you. This is up to you to send me money. That's the big difference. And nobody does it like that. And no one has my skills. You could be in my group, but you know what? You be in my group, you won't want to trade nobody else's advice. After you start, listen, I have a story of Shia, okay? When Shia met me, Shia was in services, and he was and I was just posting on StockTwits at the time, and he saw how right I was. And when I met Shia went into one of my plans in Apple, and he had put he was in the big, and he goes, I just made 30K in Apple. He goes to me, and I go, 30K in Apple, yeah. He goes, your word is like gold. And then I said to him, would you want to learn how I do this? So, long story short, he invested to work with me, okay? And I don't want to disclose the number, but it's a number that most people don't want to invest in, right? But he was serious, didn't he? And he was well enough individual, but he was paying for memberships of other things, and he rather, and then he was taking such greater pride to take my advice that I was posting on StockTwits, but I wasn't managing. I was just posting plans, and then he saw how well all the plans worked out, right? Then this management thing started in 2019 as I saw the big need. There were people that were making and whatever. So, and again, I started realizing that what, with management, even with management, if they don't trade properly, then I started finding out what's the account size, and there's a big story to this, all people. Well, you sent me, your account size is small, Luke Kim, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not really accepting people with so small accounts because it's very hard to succeed with a small account to do the right things, right? So a reasonable size account that you could do well in, that you'll be able to do pretty well to send gifts is a $10,000 account. And again, I have a rule set on that, and I do explain in the video. But the larger you have, 20, 30, 40, and you follow my rule set of how to manage it, a person does better, right? That's why, what do you think? What do you think people like Dexter or Ash are with 10K accounts? No, they have proper sized accounts. See, like, if a billionaire works with me and listens to my advice, he'd be able to send me hundreds of millions of dollars, in gifts. To be honest with you, I mean, because my advice is powerful, man. I mean, it's very powerful advice. That being said, that's what you get with me. You're not getting, I made the best look like babies. Like they can't do it as correct as me, PowerTarget Trade. My YouTube channel, like, you have to understand, people. Most people are dumb when it comes to the market. They don't even know what the market is. I'm one of the best out there, right? But people are looking for the phony marketing people. The phony marketing people that want to make these false claims. Like, they make money on selling courses to people. Like, people don't get it. Like, they make more money selling their courses than they do in their trading. And I've done it the opposite way. My members don't pay anything for anything, but they get an education. I do the live streams. I talk about things, right? I talk about the stories. I make the videos. I manage things in the group. I tell people about support. We should sell. We should take profit. I do all this stuff for free. But then the people reap the rewards and send gifts. It's a unique thing. And very few people in the world could do it the way I'm doing it. I just know that if people find me, and like I said, I have great people like Ash and Dexter and Mez and I've had really great big that have actually really put a have sent money that made me want to do this, instead of to keep it to myself too. But it just came to me, like, I didn't expect it to be like that, and the gift thing was kind of Dexter's idea, because I wasn't even doing, but then I saw it took off. A lot of people wanted to send gifts, so, but again, there were people that were over trading and so on and so forth. So that's why I made the rules. I started changing things a lot because I want people to succeed. Jack Rowland, great info today. That's right, Jack. You're right. You got that right. Well, don't worry about Luke Cam. That I figure day by day. Right now, we take it day by day, Luke Cam. Every day the market gets information, right? You can't predict. You look at what the market's saying. Right now, the market's saying, like I say, most stocks are strong trend, the key stocks, but they haven't gone anywhere. But Tesla and Apple remain very strong, and I simply believe this: as long as those remain trending properly, there's going to be opportunity for us in the market. Keep it simple, Luke. Don't complicate things, right? Yeah. Anyways, you know what I post inside the group, right? Yeah, you take your prop, but you can't overtrade your account. So this is why I told you, if you a person depends on a person account, on a 10K account, you go in with about two contracts per plan. That way, you always have money for anything, to get into all the plans. Because trust me, the way I do things, it's easy to get into all my plans because if we're making money, we're taking profits, and then you can plop them in another plan. So it's all very well balanced and orchestrated by yours truly inside my group, a power group trades. What a powerful live stream! So much power bombs of information in this live stream. By the way, people, you notice something different? You notice the power trigger trade here is bigger? People, do you know that the power trigger trade here? You notice that? That's my new background. I actually had to go get this. It's the same thing, but I had to go get this made bigger, right? So I had to buy a whole new setup just so and I want to do this to get the logo bigger so it's more prevalent, right? Again, I take pride in the name Power Trigger Trade. You don't see anybody do these things. They don't have stuff like this. I take pride in the plans I put in. I take pride in giving the right information. I take pride in telling the truth to the people and warning them. But again, a lot of people are clowns. They're born to lose. The market will destroy most here. But if you listen to what I say, you have a high odds of success. I will lead you to the wins. Listen, 2016, 2020 has been a very difficult time period in the markets. You've had billionaires getting to smash to pieces, making the wrong calls, all kinds of people saying the market's going to crash and this and that. The market's going to crash when it wants to crash. But they haven't made any money to the long side while we've been killing it. That being said, anyone new have a question for me to go over? Well, God gives people gifts. You know, that's one way to look at it, Luke. So forget about SPY. Oh, our beloved Apple. I mean, look at people. Remember Apple back when Apple was, I've defended Apple. I've been right. I've told about the 200 and Apple 300. I mean, I've been so right, the big picture. You had stock clowns back in 2017 saying that Apple was too high at 140, that it was going to fill the gap. Massively wrong, the big picture. Laughing when it pulled back in 2019, only to see now it's over here. What do you think, billionaire Warren Buffett was worrying? You think he was a clown like Carl Icahn? But before the billionaire Warren Buffett, I've told people to be long Apple way before the billionaire so-called best investor in the world. What I do with options, you got to be even better than that. Better than to do what I do with options. Way more skill you need. A billionaire, listen, a lot of people don't get this, but a billionaire has a huge ability to have positions go against them wrong a lot and they still can make money. But what people, even for what I'm doing, we don't have that. We have to be pretty precise most of the time for it to work. So it's a lot harder. And in no means possible could he do what I do. You give me the same money, I run circles around him too. Right? It's different, but he's not a trader. He's more of an investor. It's very different. But in terms of what I'm doing in skill set, it's a lot harder to do things with options than holding and buying shares and having the ability to withstand $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 swings like they do. So you try taking the advice of a billionaire and see how they kill you. Understand? You got the power. Yeah, well, you saw that video, anyways. Again, I got the health skills on another level. I'm going to be talking about that more. But really, people, a lot of people, I tell the people, don't, to have true wealth, you want to be able to make money with skill, but you want to take care of your health. A lot of people just are concerned with making money, and they don't really look at their health, and that's a big mistake. And again, as a leader, I tell people the facts, and I have given telling people some information. I'll be talking more about the health stuff as well. Well, if there's no problems in the markets, David, Apple could be hitting 300 sometime. Could hit 300 sometime this, at the end of this year or into January, right? That if all goes well, right? Right now, our targets are 290, 295. So how we get to 290, 295, which is close to 300, that will give me a better idea. Right now, I do think that 290, 295 is easily in the cards unless something goes wrong, right? Like, I, I don't see that right now, but I'm just saying, other than that, as long as Apple follows the rules, David M., yeah, yeah, 300 possible fast could be before New Year's. That's right. And you see Dexter. Dexter has been with this group year and a half, if not 2 years. You see, his last gift was $750. One of the biggest gifts for this month. Um, next to Ashes was a bit bigger, but I mean, Ashes had one that was a bit larger. But regardless, it's not about that. But the point is that Dexter comes to live streams, uh, gives good pointers, gives good information as well. But it really believes in what I do, and is always fully invested. And this is why he does so well. So I show this to the group. We show the gifts to show people. Look, this is what's happening. We're in a small select plans, and if you took all the plans, you won. I mean, it's take all the plans, follow the rules, take profits when you're supposed to take profits, don't overtrade, and you win. But if you miss the winners, well, what do you want from me, right? If trading was easy, listen, people, if investing was easy, everyone would succeed. It's not easy. It is hard. It does require a lot of discipline and study and focus, and a lot of people don't get that. Just looking for the quick buck. Yep. So Dexter, as you know, everybody hears about him, and Ash. But why do you think so? They emulate my. They just emulate my advice. They understand it. They take it to heart, right? And then they apply it. Or else he wouldn't be here, Dexter. Why would Dexter be here? Well, for what? You could say, "See you later, Sandra." I don't. He's got no tie to me. You don't want to. You don't have to stay with me, right? Nobody does. Yeah, sure, Tesla 420. I mean, where it is breaking out doesn't mean that something could happen and it pulls back. That doesn't mean that either. But it definitely Tesla did break out today, and it is a brand new highs. So let's see. It should go right. Like I said, I tell people if you don't take action, right, you're not going to catch the gains. If you're a fear of loss, you already lost. All you can do is follow the rule set and do the best you can. And if you do that, you will have a lot more success than failure. That's for sure. Yeah, but that's old news about that. Don't talk about him smoking a thing. Yeah, he's not doing that now. Now Tesla's a new high. So, anyways, Dexter, do you see anything in the do you see anything in the SPY? Even if the interesting thing will be how Apple and Tesla, what they do. And I believe as long as Tesla and Apple follow the rules, we've got really, because that's all we're in right now. That's all we got to focus on right now, and then I will be able to solve whatever problems come my way. So, anybody new have a question? It's 10:20. Because listen, people. I definitely Netflix kind of yes. Netflix does, but you want to know something? I don't want to. Not good enough for us. I still wouldn't want to recommend Netflix. I I I honestly want us to do well first in in Apple and Tesla. Well, you study my YouTube channel. If you look at my video, how to become a member, you'll kind of understand the rules, Ted. Yeah, they're in the videos. Yeah, but don't worry. If you follow the rules, you're gonna get all the answers. You'll be sending me the correct message. I'll be sending you to the right information. You don't got anything to worry about. Like I said, you have absolutely. If you do the studying, my group is free, and it's up to you to see the value in it. And I know people who do will. They'll send me the people who understand value from them knowing how badly poor they do and the value being they'll send gifts. But I don't want them in until they understand what I'm about. Like it's listen, I told people you got to treat the market as a serious business. If you're treating it like a quick buck game, you're just gonna get killed. This thing is the hardest. It's one of the hardest professions in the world. The market, it really is. This, this is a fact. Okay, it is. Trust me. Yeah, I don't want anyone to join unless they study. I don't want them. It's a waste of time for both parties. If I get, that's why I don't take anybody anymore. I'm trying to really minimize uh, the wrong type of people, and I've done a really good job so far. So I'm happy with the new kind of people that are coming into the group. So there you heard it from Dexter, right? There is a lot of money on the sideline. Like I said, this market, even though it's in new highs, there's stocks that haven't really participated in it. They are strong, but I know when I see what I want to see, I will have us in the best of the best. And I think certain key stocks are going to do well, and there's going to be stocks that don't really do well. I try to get my group into the best option plans, and you will see me document them. You want to get inside my group, study my YouTube channel, you'll be happy you did. But please, you must study. I don't just take anybody. Luke, that's a good question. Luke, by the way, the funny thing was is that Luke was kind of persuaded by the stock clown to think that I was some phony and something. And then Luke thought about things a bit and realized that the stock clown was all hot air. He joined my group and he's seen nothing but he's seen the truth firsthand, step by step. So as I tell the stock clown, you can go ask Luke, right? Stock clown says that I don't. Anyways, I want to talk about it. What I'm getting is that I have a stock called the stock clown the troll. Like I've smashed him to smithereens. I mean, the guy's called the spy a bubble 225. Enough said. Okay, enough of a clown that he is. Sandra, how do we learn about your rule set? You don't. I find the stocks. How do you find what I know how to find? I do that for you. That's the difference, Jay Bird. What I do, you couldn't. Unless you study what I mean, you have to know everything that I know. It's complicated, Jay Bird. You don't have to do it. I do all the work. You wouldn't do better than with me. Even if you were to study, it's very unlikely you would still want me. You would still want to go with what I say. Trust me on that. You wouldn't want to be without me. So, if you're in my group, you know, if you want to learn, it would benefit you. It would always be benefit you. But most people aren't going to want to invest what it would take to get into my special group that I'm in, right? They wouldn't do it, right? I have people investing $30,000 to work one on one with me. You understand my point? So if I were you, if you don't have $30,000 to invest with me, then I would just simply follow alongside of Power Group Trades and then do the best you can, right? You understand what I'm saying? When Shia worked with me, that's $30,000 he sent to work with me, right? It was worth it for him, right? He learned a lot. But yeah, but so what? So anyways, I started way before. I was trading at 18 years of age, Luke M. You don't know the story of me. 18 years of age, I was in the market. I wasn't, and I was working with these smaller accounts as well back then, 10K accounts, with crazy um, Like we had these crazy. Can you imagine? There were times I was trading commodities with $90 commissions. Then I got it to 45. I have so many stories. People, listen. That's why when people tell me excuses, say, you're talking to the wrong person. You have no idea what I've done to become Power Trigger Trade and have the skills that I have. When I tell you you have no chance to get the skills I have, I'm telling you straight out, you don't have the chance. Trust me on this. So just study what I say in my rule set. Just all my live streams, you'll hear me talk about certain mindsets. Study that, engrave that in your heart, and then just follow my plans. If I say to get into all my plans, that means get into all my plans with the proper amount. Don't be going in with 10 options when you don't have an account that supports you going into 10 options in one plan. Don't overtrade. If the best you can do is two, go into two. Make your money slowly, slowly. Build it with skill for long-term success. Don't rush the process. That's what kills people. They rush it. They want to become, they want to kill it in months when they don't have the capital to properly trade that way. And you want to succeed with skill long term. You don't want to be successful short term and then lose it all like a lot of people do. Look at this. More people come in here. We're always at the highest point when the live stream's about to end. I think people don't get to the live. Listen, people. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Canada. Manayale. Capisce? But if you're late, don't worry about it. You can go back to the beginning. Now, quickly, people. Somebody got news. Somebody got a question. Don't be a chicken. Got a question. You want to come to this live stream? What do you want me to cover? Quickly, somebody new. Listen to Dexter. Dexter makes a good point. Read what Dexter said here. This decade is ending with the market up over 150%, and that seems a lot, but it's not a lot based on some other stats. That's right, Dexter. This is where the old world thinkers like the stock clown have no clue what's going on. That's why they're so massively wrong. That's right. That's why Dexter's making the dollar bills with skills. He understands big picture thinking, but then, he's with the big picture leader and massively studies as well. So I mean, Dexter, number one, man, fantastic, man. Quickly, people. Any question? Somebody new out there got a quick question for me that I can help you so that I can guide you. You just got to open your eyes to get into my group. You got to follow. You got to go to my Twitter account, and there's a pinned tweet that explains how to become a member side of Power Group Trades. Study. You won't regret coming in, but you got to really understand what I'm about. I'm really here to help people long term. I'm here to succeed year after year after year, making a dollar bills with skills. With skills, not taking it as a serious business. That's what I do. I take this as a very, serious business. That's right. That's just making good points. I was. Oh, that's why. You know what? I'm so. You know what? I want to talk about this. About the spy. Spy. That's what I forgot to talk about. What I wanted to talk about. Listen, people. I want to go over what I said about the spy. In 2018. I gotta go to the monthly charts, and let me go over this quickly here. And back in 2018, we had the bull flag. You would hear it, and I talked about the big picture of the market and why we were breaking up. And we closely hit 300 that year, but there was that fear and all that stuff. But then we hit it this year, like I said. So it took a little longer than I projected, but like Dexter's saying, there wasn't $1 trillion companies. There wasn't so many successful companies that there were back, like comparing to the how the market was in the 1999, like the year 2000, and in 2009. Apple started really started with that iPhone, but then the market was taking a dump, and then it started really resurging, and then as the market broke out, Apple was a superstar from 2013, and so was Tesla. Here's the thing. Tesla and Apple became superstar stocks, and to this day, they are much higher since 2013. And that's another thing that's different. Now, when the stock cloud thought the market was a bubble in 2016, He didn't realize that it was actually breaking out at 225. And I go and explain that in my 2018 video. You know, in another live stream, I want to break down how massively correct I was, the market. And it's all documented on my YouTube channel. There's no one out there that explains it as being as massively correct as me. And I mean no one. No, this is, and if there was anybody that had the same ideas, they're charging an arm and a leg for the information. Do you think that getting advice from Warren Buffett is cheap? Do you know what he would charge to tell you maybe something that I would tell you to do? Who you have people don't understand the cost of powerful advice. No idea. No clue. People couldn't afford what I'm really worth. That's the facts. Couldn't afford what I'm worth in skills. But I know this, the problem out there, you know. Like I said, God always rewards me in many different ways in my life, I believe. So you remember I said the saying, you do good and good will come your way. Dexter does good like by sending gifts, and I'm sure he'll tell you that a lot of good has come his way. He's told me there's something about when you do good, when you really do something, to show appreciation to somebody else, that comes back to you. It's never a waste. When you do harm, though, that can come back to you. So you rather one thing is you rather do good when good is due to. You know what I'm saying, people? That's what I do for my group. All right, people. So yeah, well, Buffett's a different. Buffett is a very different. Like I said, I mean, you want to work with Buffett, you got to have millions of dollars. Okay, so anyways, people. So what I'm trying to tell you is you're getting the leadership skills that surpass these guys in terms of with options to make you have a chance to make money in these big cap companies. And I don't tell people to make. I have people make more money than those people with real skill. Those penny stock traders just quick blocks. They make it seem that they're selling people false hope. Anyways, I want to get into that. I can't do nothing about that. Person has to figure that out for themselves. But the smart people do find me. God does send me the right smart people, and I'm happy with that. I told a member of mine. I'm not looking for a lot of people. I'm looking for the quality people really. And when they come, they come. And I'm looking like if it takes 5 years to get that, it doesn't matter to me. I know I'm growing in the same time, and I'm going to have the right quality people. It all works out long term. It all works out long term, and I feel more satisfied too, getting that appreciation, seeing that person happy. Even what was it David? It was Wing, but is Wing? Wing saying how he appreciated. He sent me, was it a $230 gift? Close to, and but his note how he appreciated the plans I made, and he sent me that gift out of appreciation. That I feel really good about that. I know that if he had more, he would send me even larger gifts when he builds his account. But he really appreciates what I'm doing, and that's what I love. That's what I make money when I get money from people. I get it with something real. I'm really helping people, not these people who sell these scam artists like that the option sniper. He scammed people, and I can't scam people like that. They're better. Those people make more money on a short-term basis than me, but long-term I'll probably do way more than them with the right people coming to me. So I'm not so concerned about that. I know that if I do good, good will come my way. Does that sound? I'm just being serious here, people. I mean, if I do good, good will come my way. So that's what I keep doing. I just keep doing the good, and then waiting for the right people to come in, and hoping that they follow what they say they're going to follow. You know what I mean? That they're going to actually follow the rules and so on and so forth. All right, people. I think that was a great live stream. Let's pack it up. I think I said this was some great information. Dexter made some great points. Don't forget, people. Yeah, good night. Don't forget, people. You got to come to the live stream if you want to get to the beginning. 9:30. Not people are coming at 10:30, and I think what's happening is a lot of people come at 10:30 thinking that the live stream is at. No. You got to look at your time zone, man. Come on, people. This is happening too often. So much more people show up. Um, when the live stream is over, I can't be on here forever. You know what I'm saying, people? So you gotta use this juridiction, man. Anyways, don't worry. Study the live stream, and then next time try to get to the live stream on time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Canada. You gotta figure out your time zone to match mine. You gotta think. Use the brain. You're not gonna succeed in the market if you can't figure out the time zone. No. All right then. Good night, people.